right, so story time. I was just running a time lapse on my balcony outside, and basically like all day today, it's been a super crappy, wet, rainy day. One thing I've learned is that on some of like the crappiest, ugliest, wet, rainy days, those days, sometimes you get the best sunsets. What I ended up doing was I went on my balcony and I was running a time lapse. Check it out. So while I'm running this time lapse, I'm just like admiring the sky, thinking like, this would be a pretty good time to test out the O4 Pro in low light, because I haven't done that yet. And I think that's something that people would probably want to see. And that's something that I want to show people. I don't really know if there's a ton of low light tests out yet. The problem was that I didn't have any batteries. So what I ended up doing was I went and grabbed my goggles 3, I grabbed my Tango 2, I reached into my LiPo bag, grabbed a battery, just slapped it on my drone. I didn't even charge it. It was just in storage voltage. So time is of the essence, basically. I ran down the stairs, put my goggles on, I turned on my radio, I changed the settings in the camera a little bit, and I just like took off. Check this out. I kind of noticed that the image was like a little blown out in the sky. And one thing that I have also been taking note of is that the O4 Pro camera system seems to favor the shadows, and it tries to boost those up, when really if I'm trying to get a shot of the sky, I don't need the shadows to be exposed, because then what happens is it overexposes the sky. I basically turned around really quick, came and landed, adjusted some camera settings in the goggles, and it ended up making it way better. I also found that for some reason, I could only get the sky to be in good exposure if I raised the pitch up a bit of my quad. Essentially what happens is like, unless you're like above the horizon, it's still trying to expose for the shadows. I might have to like change my camera angle or something. The other thing I did was I actually knocked the exposure compensation down by a few notches, and that seemed to help a bit too. I think that the camera is metering right in the middle. I think it's a fairly large area, and if part of that middle area is somewhat near a shadow area, it's gonna try and boost those shadows up. And that's one thing that I did find. Either way though, like to be able to get that type of low light quality straight off the drone, no additional camera, no GoPro, nothing like that, that's pretty impressive. Like there's no denying that whatsoever. I still don't think that the O4 Pro would replace analog in terms of freestyle and in terms of long range, because I trust analog like to the nth degree essentially. But for like cruising around to capture footage and stuff, I think it can definitely handle its own. One other thing that I also noticed was that it seemed like my quad without a GoPro and with the same batteries that I always fly, it seemed like less stable. Like it wasn't even that windy out, but it did seem like the elements were kind of getting in the way. I think right now though, my drone is too light and I'm not used to it. So I'm gonna have to work something out with a bigger battery to try to offset that weight difference. It's kind of crazy though, because like now I'm like 4 or 5 packs in. These 2 little storage charge packs don't really count, but yeah, I feel like my opinion is like kind of changing about this O4 Pro DJI system. Initially, I was kind of like on the fence about it. I'm still not like, okay, yeah, I'm switching everything to this now. But truth be told though, for like cinematic flying, cruising around, getting nice looking shots, I think this O4 Pro could be a game changer. If the O4 Pro is this good, imagine how good the O5 Pro is gonna be. Honestly, at this point, I'm like very confused. I still think the GoPro is better, and I actually still prefer the way that the GoPro exposes for the highlights, opposed to the DJI camera exposing for the shadows. I'm gonna have to play around with the settings some more and see what I can figure out, because I feel like I can get more out of this camera. Once I figure out the golden settings for the O4 Pro, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share it with you guys so everyone can get like the best quality possible out of this camera, because I think this camera is really capable. I haven't found its complete capabilities yet, but we're gonna get there. This is only like the 4th time I've tried it out, so we're gonna figure this one out together. Do you think this image quality stacks up against the GoPro? Are you considering switching to O4 Pro if you can get your hands on one? Let me know what you guys think. This is Koala. Peace.